and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer noted a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant. The defendant was ID'd by his Texas driver's license. The defendant stated that he did not know how to provide proof of financial responsibility. As the defendant responded to the officer's questions, the officer noted an odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's breath. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, and the defendant stated that he could not perform the walk and turn or the one-legged stand. The DIC was read, and the defendant refused to provide breath or blood voluntarily. A blood warrant was obtained and the defendant's blood was drawn.
Yeah, may I respond?
Please.
Okay, first of all, Judge, the reason, it's not on there for some reason, but the reason he told the officer he can't do it because he had surgery to his back and to his knee, he can't do it. Secondly, there's no mention of any slurred speech, no bloodshot eyes, no swaying.
I mean, I was actually thinking about that as well. All you have is an odor of alcohol. And anything, there's no accident. It just a turn. All we have is an odor of alcohol. Is there anything else? Odor alone is insufficient.
No, that he was coming from a tattoo shop and the police officer asked him, is he alcohol because of the tattoo?
Is he what?
He just had a tattoo put on. That's just going. So that's the odor of alcohol.
Come on, man.
That's what. No, that's. I'm just saying. I mean, that the officer actually asked him that question.
What are they? The little alcohol that you put on your skin? You tell me that?
I don't know how it works, Judge. But I've never had a tattoo.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
Your Honor, the law enforcement officer does state in the DIMS that there is a distinct odor of alcoholic beverage emanating from the defendant's breath as he spoke. But
yeah,
that's
it?
all we have before we initiated the standardized post-firing test.
Okay, that's not enough. All right, I'm going to find no probable cause in your case, Mr. Mears. You know,
So
we have enough death on our streets now. You know, $40, one button will get you a car wherever you want to go in this life. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Use it. All right, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Aiko Stoll, you were charged with tampering with a government record. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 19th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer ran a temporary tag on the defendant's vehicle that did not come back to anything, and the officer initiated a traffic stop. The defendant stated he did not have the title to the vehicle, and a second check on the temporary tag did not come back to anything.
Did he say that? Read it to me again. I zoned out.
no worries.
Please.
The law enforcement officer ran a temporary tag on the defendant's vehicle that did not come back to anything, so he initiated a traffic stop.
Okay.
The defendant stated he did not have the title to the vehicle, and a second check on the temporary tag did not come back to anything.
Did he ask him if he put the tag on there? Did he ask him? I mean, let me see how it's charged. Did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly present the thing attached hereto as Exhibit A with knowledge of its falsity and with the intent that it be taken as a genuine governmental record. That's a specific intent crime. You know, somehow you have to show me that he knew of its falsity.
Judge, I'll just read straight from the DIMS. I met with the defendant and informed him of the reason for the stop.
Now this is a smart defense move, eyes. The lawyer calmly breaks it down. No slurred speech, no bloodshot eyes, no swaying, basically none of the usual DUI signs. Suddenly, that strong case doesn't look so strong anymore. You can literally feel the momentum shift in the courtroom.
I then asked for a Texas driver's license that provided me with a Guatemalan ID. I then asked the defendant when he bought the vehicle. He advised me that he bought the vehicle 3 months ago. When I asked the defendant if he has the title to the vehicle, he then advised me that the guy who sold him the vehicle still has the title. The defendant stated that he bought the vehicle 3 months ago again. When asked for the title, he stated that the guy who sold it still has the title again.
I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward with your case, Mr. Acko. If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive. At some point, if you continue to do things that may break the law, you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck. If, I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission, you must live like you have a halo above your head. If not, there are serious consequences. Do you understand?
Dismissing the case. The judge drops some real talk 100 points. He's like, it's 2025, one button gets you a ride anywhere. No excuses. It's one of those moments where the judge turns from legal authority into life coach real quick.